Hi, I hope that you are well. Thank you so much for joining me today, where we are going to talk about my seventh book for September, The Ivies by Alexa Dunn. And this is the book that satisfies the prompt for my readathon to read a book set in a school. So The Ivies is contemporary YA mystery. The Ivies of the title are 5 friends who are trying to get into Ivy League colleges. It's highly competitive, so Avery, Emma, Sierra, Margot, and Livy each choose different schools to apply to and do whatever they can, by whatever means, to give one another an edge over their competitors. When there's a death at the school, Livy senses that she is a suspect and decides to investigate the murder. What she discovers brings into question whether the other Ivies are truly her friends. And as she gets closer to finding the answers she seeks, she finds that she is being threatened through a series of text messages. Olivia will need to act fast, or she just may discover that she is the next victim. What are some similar books? We will take a look at books where the main character is trying to deduce who is responsible for murder. 2 of these books take place, at least in part, in a school setting. And first is They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman. In her first year of high school, Jill's best friend Shayla was killed by her boyfriend. 3 years later, Jill is determined to have the best year yet. As a senior and a member of Gold Coast Prep's exclusive and not-so-secret society, she is a member of a group that has the best parties, gets the highest grades. But her dream might not happen. Jill begins getting texts claiming that Graham is innocent of Shayla's murder. If he did not kill Shayla, then who did? Jill is determined to find out. But digging deeper means putting her friendships and her future at risk. Next is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal, who committed suicide. 5 years later, Pip sees that the tragedy still haunts her community. But Pip is not convinced that Sal committed the murder. She knew Sal. He was always so kind. How could he have committed murder? Now, for her senior project, Pip decides to re-examine the case. She discovers a trail of secrets that might actually prove Sal's innocence. As her investigation continues, the line between the past and the present begin to blur. Someone does not want her investigation to continue. Now, her own life may be in danger. And if you've read this book and the sequel, Good Girl, Bad Blood, you will be happy to know that the 3rd book, As Good as Dead, will be available soon, and we have it coming into the library. And City of Saints and Thieves by Natalie C. Anderson. Tina and her mother arrived in Kenya looking to build a new life and a new home. Her mother found work as a maid for a prominent family. But Tina learns that the family's fortune was made from a life of corruption and crime. So when her mother is discovered dead in the family's home, she knows exactly who is behind it. With revenge in mind, Tina spends 4 years living on the streets and working as a master thief for the local gang. When a job for the gang brings her back to that family's home, she has a chance at revenge. But being in the house brings back the pain of old wounds and the pull of past friendships, setting into motion events that could cost Tina her life. The possibility of finding out who killed her mother and why keeps Tina holding on in this fast-paced thriller. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed this look at The Ivies by Alexa Dunn and other YA mysteries to read. So if you are someone who likes to read along and try to figure out who is responsible for the crime in a book, this might be a good choice for you. What I did this time was every time I thought there was a clue, I stuck a little post-it note in there, and there's a lot of possible clues in this book. So if you like solving crimes as you read about them, you might want to check this one out. Thanks for hanging in with me this September as I read and talked about a lot of books. In case you're wondering, I did successfully complete the first part of the readathon. So by April next year, I'll need to read 3 more books, at least, to set the character for my readathon. And I'll most likely add those books to my reading list in the coming months, so you'll probably be hearing about some of those. I'll return shortly with what I am reading in October. And until then, I hope that you enjoy whatever you read, and thank you.